beautiful thing about the e-commerce world is that every day I'm discovering something new. I'm discovering a new product trend or opportunity that I never knew existed. And in today's video, we're going to be diving into a store that's doing over $3 million a month in a market that's valued at over $20 billion a month that I'd never really considered in the past. So what I'm talking about is the traditional Indian clothing market. Pretty random, right? But guess what? I did a little bit of digging, and this market is absolutely booming and is super massive. Over $30 billion by 2030 is the expected growth trajectory of this market, and that's, yearly revenue, right? Now, this specific brand that I found, I'm going to dissect it deeply. I'm going to dissect their ads, their landing page, so that you can understand exactly what they're doing to succeed and get ideas for potentially launching your business in this category or your business in general, right? A lot of these things that apply to these massive businesses, they're really good to reverse engineer because you can apply them to your business, whether it's in the same market or not. In fact, I make these videos every week, and almost every time I'm finding things that I apply to my stores that are making them hundreds of thousands of dollars. One of the stores that we recently launched just reached its first $6,000 day, and we only launched it 30 days ago, and it's already doing 100K a month, 200K a month actually, if we continue this trajectory, which I'm sure we will. But that's not what I'm here to do. I don't want to flex my numbers on you. I'm only mentioning that for, so you know that I know what I'm talking about and that I'm in the trenches with you, right? I'm not just, looking at these stores for no reason. So let's begin. First and foremost, they are running a lot of ads. So they're running a lot of ads, and that's not a coincidence, right? Ads are an extremely powerful way to grow your business. And believe it or not, running ads can actually be a pretty passive endeavor these days, especially on Meta, because as long as you continue to feed the algorithm new content and fresh creatives, it's just going to continue to find you customers. It really is that simple. Now, they're doing a variety of things. So they're doing very traditional static ads of just, their product images, which look really nice. But then they're also doing some video ads. So for example, these are some of the video ads. I love to reverse engineer the ad side of things because, again, that's how a lot of brands see a lot of their growth. I will say, Kalki, that's the name of this brand, Kalki Fashion, they are actually a bigger brand. So they have retail locations. They're very popular. And maybe some of you guys that are from India or maybe have shopped at this store, actually I know at least like 10 to 15% of you guys are from India. And let me know what you think about this brand. I would love to know your opinion. I love making content collaboratively, and it's one of the reasons I love to stream with you guys. But these are sort of their best sellers right now. These are the best-selling trends. The pink silk anarkali suit, the green organza kurta set, and the green silk kurta set for men. So these, and look at the prices, right? I mean, these are pretty expensive. I will say I'm sure they're high quality, but still the margins must be pretty insane. And they offer global shipping. So they literally ship everywhere, which is one of the major keys to e-commerce, is actually just having a supply chain that enables you to ship everywhere in the world. If you can do that, you literally just opened up your market by 5 to 10 times, right? Because, of course, in India, there's a billion people, right? But guess what? In the US, there's still millions, tens of millions of people from India or people, with Indian origins that would probably shop on here too. And in fact, if we take a look at their traffic distribution, we can see 42% is US and 36% is from India. But, over 2 million monthly visitors. And this is what we like to call up and to the right? So this is a store and trend that is literally just up and to the right. And it's beautiful. Now, they are keeping things very, very simple on their landing pages. They do have like strong offers though, which is a major key. Let me actually just quickly look at what this looks like on mobile. So yeah, wedding, edit, glitz, find every look that flatters, shop, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, this is just a strong offer that they have. And then, they got the really clean lander, very nice product images, nothing too crazy, nothing too special, but they do give you the highlights here. So it's a silk fabric, which is pretty good. I do want to actually quickly see if we can, go on Alibaba and just kind of do something like that, get a little bit of AI action going with Alibaba, and lo and behold, yeah, we can find some of these. Some of these are expensive though. This one in particular is $170, $19, $20, $12, $20, even $5. Wow, this one is pretty icy, I will say. But, you can find some of these for 40, 20, even $15. And some of these are silk, it seems. And some of these have local stock, which is really, really interesting. I mean, these are beautiful, actually. Wow. What the heck? This was their cover picture. That's kind of random. Bottle green silk kurta sharara set with chiffon dupatta for festival party wedding receptions. So yeah, that is such a random video that these guys have on there, but clearly they're selling this trend, right? And they're selling it for pretty cheap. I mean, $40, but you can sell these for, $100. That's pretty awesome. That's a decent margin. In fact, let's actually see what that margin would get us. So I'm using this tool called shopilab.ai, and there is an absolutely free tool within here. So you can make a free account. Don't worry, okay? You don't have to pay for anything, but you can make a free account here, and we can put in some of our cost of goods and some of our selling prices that we're thinking about to determine what return on ad spend we need to break even. And that's a really important number to know if you're going to be running ads for your business. So let's just say, to keep it very, very simple, we want to sell, let me just see, one of these, let's say this one, right? So this one is $12.47. Let's just assume, $12.47, but we can sell something like that. Let's just say for $99, right? $99. Our break-even return on ad spend is 1.18 on this one. That is beautiful. I mean, that is what you want, because what that means is that you can spend $1 on Meta and make $1.18 back, and you're still breaking even, right? So that means you're acquiring customers for free. And of course, what happens when you acquire customers for free is that you can then remarket those customers and whatever you make from that, right? So if you, for example, offer that same customer that you acquired for free and you didn't make money on them, but you got them for free, you sell them another product, which they're likely to buy if they like your product, then that whatever profit you made on that second sale is all profit, right? Except for the cost of goods. But in this case, the cost of goods is pretty much nothing, and you're making a huge margin. So that's why this tool is very helpful. And like I mentioned, it's absolutely free for all of you guys to use. So you guys can all use this tool, use the dashboard. And there's a couple other things like the sourcing tab too that is absolutely free. I would recommend you go with Team Drop here to source products, because what you can do is tell the Team Drop team, which is also absolutely free, you can send them some of the Alibaba links that you find if you do find products on Alibaba, and they can source them for you and ship them for you from their third 3PL warehouse in China globally. Pretty incredible stuff. What a time to be alive, am I right? We can build these really cool businesses and, pretty lean. Like that, it would literally take you total to launch a business like this, maybe $200. Because you're going to need, of course, you're going to need a Shopify store, which costs $1 a month. We also have a link for that in the community. So you can get the Shopify link for $1 a month. Again, you can join for free. You can use the sourcing tab here for free, get Team Drop for free, source a product like this for, let's say, $20, sell it for, $100, and boom, you're making money. Of course, I will say, I am oversimplifying this process. Of course I am. I mean, I can't literally show you the entire process of building this business. It would take me several hours, but that's not to say that I won't do that. In fact, I actually want to do that. I want to live stream just like for fun launching these stores. But let's proceed here. I don't want to get too sidetracked. Let's look at the remaining of the landing page. So let's just actually point out all the conversion rate optimization things that we can spot. So first things first, boom, they offer installment plans with PayPal, believe it or not. That's kind of crazy. But you can do this on Shopify with Shop Pay very easily. They have, the expected shipping date. That's pretty cool. So, express shipping and standard delivery. So that's not bad. That's actually relatively quick. Right now it's the 14th. So for the standard delivery, it's going to take about 9 days. For express shipping, it's going to take about 5 days. So it does sound like, yeah, they're shipping from a third-party logistics company in China, some sort of sourcing agent or 3PL, maybe their own 3PL, or maybe they're shipping from India. I'm not sure. I think there are some companies in India that are able to ship for pretty cheap, but I'm not sure. I would love for you guys to enlighten me, right? Do some research for me. That'd be pretty helpful. I'm doing the research for you. You do some research for me. Now, the next thing that I see is, they have some badges here, very simple stuff. They have this thing that says 148 people are viewing this item. This is just a straight up conversion rate optimization thing because there's no way that this is just static, right? 100% purchase protection, 15-day easy returns. These are really good. Assured quality, free shipping. I mean, these are just objection handlers. These are things that people, think about whenever they're shopping online, especially older people. So these can really help. And again, all of this is very easy to add on Shopify. So, don't think that you can't add these features to your store. And then product details, pretty simple, style and fit tips, very standard. And then just more styles. That's kind of the cool thing about fashion. One of the reasons why it's the second biggest Shopify niche in the world is that it really doesn't require that much explaining, right? It's kind of like, okay, I see this. Let me know the material and the fit, and let me see the offer, and I'm going to buy. That's kind of how it is with fashion. People don't need, this whole script and, solution to a problem. They just really want to look fresh, right? They want to look good, and that's pretty much about it. And with this particular niche, it does seem like one of their biggest angles is just weddings, right? Because that's where most people wear traditional Indian clothing. Although maybe some people do wear it on their normal day-to-day basis. I'm not really sure, but some of these are pretty cool, I will say. But yeah. Again, that's the benefit of fashion, is that you don't need to really do too much to sell it. You can just have really nice images, a good offer, be on trend, and then you can just offer a lot of different items, right? A lot of different styles. So then if somebody buys something from you, they can buy again and again and again and again. That's what makes fashion one of the biggest Shopify niches in the world. In fact, it's the second biggest. They are probably reaching about $1 trillion in GMV every year now, which is pretty crazy. I believe last time I checked, it was like 800 billion. So this year, it might be the biggest e-commerce year ever. So I could see the fashion niche hitting those, that $1 trillion number, which is just crazy to think about. And here we're kind of just exploring a niche within that niche. It's pretty cool. Now, another really interesting thing about their site is that they got a live chat feature here, and it's pretty nice. One of the easiest ways that you can have the biggest downside of a live chat is that, of course, you need somebody operating the live chat. So one of the things that you can do is actually just use Smart Reply. Smart Reply actually integrates with your Shopify store to handle your entire live shopping experience or customer service experience. But of course, it doesn't just do that, right? It also does your comment moderation on Meta ads, on TikTok ads. It does your email support if you want it to. It does your DM support if you wanted to. It can even process returns for you. It can do everything for you. It's actually insane. And it's just an AI agent for, less than $50 a month. It's $49 a month. That's like the starting plan, which is way too cheap for what it is. So yeah, definitely check this out. It's pretty cool. We just rolled out this really nice dark mode and light mode. And yes, I'm a co-owner in this software. I've talked about it before. I use it on all my stores. It saves us a ton of money and time. And also it saves our ads from having negative comments that are just going unnoticed. So really good value. I mean, there's a reason why 9-figure brands are using it, which they are. Fast growing trees is using it, which is actually one of the biggest Shopify stores, believe it or not. They just sell trees. So yeah, when it comes to their ads, like I mentioned, pretty simple stuff, very, very simple. And their product page is super simple. Another very interesting thing to note is they got a little WhatsApp button here at the top. This is genius. I've actually been seeing more and more brands that are advertising directly to WhatsApp. So they're sending people from an ad to a WhatsApp message, which is really interesting. It's really intriguing. I don't really see that too often in the US, but I do think WhatsApp is growing in popularity in the US. So I do think that will be a strategy that grows over time. This is one of the ads that they just launched. And this is actually how I found them. Believe it or not, I speed ran finding this store, and that's what I always challenge myself to do when I make these videos. I try to find a new unique thing to learn from as quick as possible. And literally how I did this is I went on the discovery tab of Shopee Lab. I scrolled for maybe 30 seconds and I saw this and I was like, wait a minute, that is a very eye-catching looking dress. I've never seen something like that before. So then I clicked it and then I was like, wait, let me see. Boom, shop now. And then it's, took me to their store. It redirected me to the US store. And then I used the Chrome extension inside Shopee Lab to see their traffic. I saw it was up and to the right. I was like, dang, that's crazy. And then I checked their ad library. I just clicked the button here to go directly to their ad library, and boom, they are running a lot of ads in the US. Actually, let me check if they're running any ads. I mean, I'm sure they are, but let's see. And let's see just how many they are running in India. I'm very curious. Let's see, 49. So pretty similar amount. I mean, that's not too surprising, I guess. More than in the US, but not too many more. And yeah, that was the process of finding this store. But hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully you got some value out of this. Let me know if you know more about the store and this market in general that I missed. I would love for you guys to contribute to the research here so we can all learn. And that's really about it. See ya.